is on that intellectual awareness and intelligence versus emotional awareness and intelligence. You are so right. Like there's both service us in one way or the other. But let me tell you, there's a lot of brilliant people that do remarkably stupid things. There's a lot of brilliant people that self-sabotage their way, right? So the IQ isn't the only thing. That EQ is incredibly important. Another element is when you talk about those 6 wins and what that enables us to do. I think that's the direction I wanted to go. I had like 3 things in my head, but yeah, I think when we talk about those 6 wins and its impact to us, it does allow us to recognize the wins and actually to celebrate them. But the other thing, that's what it was on the awareness side. When we think about the 3 A's, when we think about awareness, one thing that's super important. So all my high achievers, all those who are experiencing imposter syndrome in some time, think about the first A, the awareness, and ask yourself this question. Chris was really kind of alluding to this when you talk about the negative self-talk. If you've achieved so much and you still feel so empty, one question you should be asking yourself is, who created my goals?
Ooh.
Right? Like the goals that I'm going after, are they mine? Or are these the voice of some significant other which created my goals without my control and approval?
That hits. That hits right there, Robert.
Yeah, because so often we hear our parents' voices from childhood. We hear significant others and loved ones who had good intentions, but bad results on us as adults. And part of being an adult is unlearning all the bad stuff that we learned as a child. And so we need to question, combat, and challenge those thoughts, but also we need to combat, question, and challenge the root of them, which is who created these goals. Because the worst thing when we talk about this hamster wheel, a lot of times we talk about it in terms of a 9 to 5, but there's also the hamster wheel of thinking. And if we're continually going around on this hamster wheel and we're doing all these amazing things and yet we're still feeling empty, we must ask ourselves, who is it that created these goals? Because in the end, if we continue down that path and we still feel empty, guess what? It's never going to stop. It's just going to continue going here. And at some point, that awareness enables us to say, you know what? That's the voice of my mom. That's the voice of my dad. That's the voice of my uncle. Acknowledge that those may not even be your goals. Have that self-talk that you talked about, Chris, but then take action against it. So I wanted to make sure that I brought that up.